welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Play Action Podcast. I am Will, and I got Colton with me. Colton, what is going on?
Oh, not too much, dude. Not too much. Not a good week yet again for our two teams. Will, not a good week.
I mean, expectations for the Jets are always below the viewing screen. Yours are always like at top of the viewing screen.
See, now you're making it worse, Will. I don't like what you're doing here.
Listen, the Steelers. I don't remember a time when the Steelers were bad. Okay, I just don't remember that. The Jets are always bad, so I can always pull out a time when they are bad.
You don't do that to me, right? Don't do that to me.
Big news day. The Bears buy up Arlington Raceway. Josh Gordon and Richard Sherman return to the league. It's like 2014 all over again. And so much more on the Play Action Podcast. And thank you for tuning in. Let's get into this intro.
This is the Play Action Podcast featuring Will.
It's not every time. It's not every time.
Every time.
Featuring Colton.
The guy, if you go back into our division thing, this guy had the Jets.
I picked the Jets to win.
For no what reason?
Yeah.
Featuring a whole lot of arguing.
Playoffs, we're gonna win the division.
Listen. You need to realize my thinking process here because the Bills.
There is no thinking process.
Let me tell you this.
And I told people the Steelers were going to be decent. I didn't have the Steelers like, oh, they're godly. No, I was realistic. You were very unrealistic with the Jets. And guess who was right? And guess who was wrong, Will? You were dead wrong about the Jets. I was dead right about Goat Allen and the Bills. And I was right about the Steelers. Come on now.
Goat Allen and the Bills. Figuring it out, though, to be fair. Goat Allen and those Bills are figuring it out. Just in case you're wondering.
If you don't got him on your waiver claim this week, you better claim him right now because he is going to be eating it up this week, guaranteed. I mean, he ate it up last week against Washington. I think he's just going to be a solid number 2 option.
Available on the waiver wire? Are you?
I mean, Emmanuel Sanders was available, he was only taken in 25% of leagues before week 3. So,
oh, you're talking about well, the way you were talking, it sounded like Josh Allen we were talking about. No. I'm like, this isn't that 8-person league that you got Zeke in like the 10th round in. No. Please stop referencing that league because it's not realistic. Please.
No. I wasn't even referencing that at all.
Golly. But yeah, Sanders did. Oh my gosh, he's hurting my Stephon Diggs stuff. Oh my goodness, Diggs has done nothing this year.
Stephon Diggs down the tank. Emmanuel Sanders sky high to the moon.
Stonks or whatever the heck it is. Stonks. That's it. To the moon.
I got next week. I'll pull up my Stonks graphic into the buy, selling, and holding. But let's look at this right now. So the Bears late Tuesday night ended up buying up the Arlington Racetrack. So according to Adam Schefter, but also according to the Chicago Tribune and a bunch of other closer news area sites next to them. So the Bears and Churchill Downs Incorporated signed a purchase and sale agreement this week for the Arlington Park land parcel in the village of Arlington Heights, Illinois. What this could mean, the Bears can break land and build a stadium on the Arlington Racetrack, the horse track that is a couple miles south of Chicago, and it could be the Arlington Bears, which would be a very weird sounding name. The 97 years of Soldier Field could be up and over within a couple of years. This isn't going to be an up and they're just going to move next week. This is going to be obviously something to look at for the next couple of years. What are your thoughts on potentially a new city for an NFL team?
Yeah, absolutely not. Really makes zero sense. I don't know if that is possibly something they want to do with practice facilities. I don't know what their facilities look like now. You said Arlington, right? How far is that?
Arlington Heights. Let me do a quick Google search here. Let's see.
Before I'm sitting here talking out of my rear end, like, yeah, they're gonna have a practice facility in 3 hours away. So let me figure out how far we're talking here before I make any stupid claims out here.
Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna move this over here. Let's see. Let's share the screen here. Okay, here. So Arlington, it's in this area right here, and then Chicago's down here. So it's not that far.
No, it could be a practice facility. I'm not sure what their facilities look like now. That's what I'm thinking. It might be more.
I think they want a new stadium. That's what they want. They want a brand new stadium.
That'd be a mistake. You got to keep the tradition of Soldier Field, and I'm not even being like funny either. Like something like Fenway. Like Fenway doesn't have many fans. For talking baseball here, but like it's just tradition. Like you cannot destroy a stadium like that. I get sometimes it's like, ooh, I'm gonna go chase some money here and like build some more seats. It's why would you do that? Like Lambeau, Soldier Field, like those are tradition. Like that's the groundwork of the NFL. Like those stadiums, like that's what people think of. I don't like it personally. I don't know what your thoughts are on it, but like I don't like it.
Everything is just like, let's build a new stadium. Let's build a new stadium. That's all that it is. Just, hey, let's just keep on building. Like Soldier Field's 97 years old. It's one of the first. It's the second oldest stadium in the league, I believe. Well, it is behind Lambeau. And this stadium went through renovations in, I believe, 2002 to 2003. So they went through years of renovations. They remodeled it all. And now it looks the way that it does today. It's not one of those traditional old stadiums where it was just 4 separate bleachers and that was about it. Now it's a whole stadium. I mean, if the Bears really want to screw out their fans, kind of like Vegas did, where they go from Oakland to Los Angeles, they return to Oakland, and then they transition over.
That's really far, though. This is like the same ballpark still. That's different states. That was a real, one of my favorite lines. I'm not going to use here because I'm going to stay professional here as much as possible. But no, seriously, it's a little twist and a little, right. Don't care about you. Like if moving from Vegas to Oakland, San Diego to LA, I guess isn't as bad, but still it's kind of far. But this isn't as bad. It's still in the same ballpark area, so it's another probably 20 minutes on someone's drive or whatever, 30 minutes to get there. But the fact that, like you just said, it's the second oldest stadium. It's tradition. I don't like it. I don't want to spend 8 years on it because it's the Bears. No one cares about the Bears.
The Bears suck.
Yeah,
this is Matt Nagy's fault.
Yeah, but it's not for me. Not at all.
I mean, this is going to be a situation to watch. Obviously, as I said before, this is going to be a situation where they're going to up and move like the Baltimore Colts go in Indianapolis. It's just not going to be an overnight thing. This is going to take a lot. This is going to be a lengthy process into funding the new stadium, the tax-paying stuff. So this is going to be something that's going to be talked about for the next couple of years. Something to look at there. And let's party like it's 2014, Colton. Richard Sherman and Josh Gordon are both back in the league. Josh Gordon returns into the NFL after being exiled for like the 17th time due to marijuana exposure, just lighting up a joint every now and again. He returns back. He signs to the Kansas City Chiefs practice squad. He gets to join Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and company in Kansas City as he's going to be caught up to speed on the playbook. And also, Richard Sherman earlier today announced on his podcast, is episode number 1, he's signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which is a very big boost in the secondary, as Sean Murphy-Bunting is obviously going to be missing still quite amount of time with an elbow injury. Are we going to be expecting these guys to be like in their prime way back when, or are we just going to be like, this should be a one and done type deal?
Nah, the interesting one for me is Josh Gordon. We've seen him be top receiver quality, top 2. That one year he was in Cleveland and absolutely took over the league by storm. We'll see. I'm not really expecting much from Sherman. I'm kind of shocked we kind of brushed that under the rug, that issue he had in the offseason, because that was kind of bigger than – like there was a lot of detail that came out that I was really surprised about in that. So hopefully he's in the right headspace and is good to go. He gave the Bucs, I think he said he needs like 2 weeks to get into football shape here. So Josh Gordon's going to be the interesting one for me. I'm excited because like it's like, oh, cool, 2 guys are coming back, but they're not – it's not like gosh, it's not like it's a top 5 player, like all of a sudden, I'm retired and, oh, look, it's not like MJ playing baseball and like coming back. Like it's not like one of those. Like we'll see what happens. Josh Gordon's the more interesting one for me just because he's playing in Kansas City. So how is it not interesting? But we'll see. Let's see how good he is still. I mean, he's been in and out of the league, and like when he played for Seattle, it was like okay, he's okay. He didn't like set the world on fire. Like, holy crap, this dude's like Antonio Brown is right now with the Bucks. Like he looks really good.
I mean, Josh Gordon is probably going to end up playing the outside. They're going to shove Miko Hardman on probably the inside, get a nice quick guy, or even put him on the outside so Tyreek Hill could just destroy over the middle every single down. But Richard Sherman, I mean, gets to go into a Super Bowl atmosphere. I mean, it's 9 years ago since he told Brady, "You mad, bro?" I mean, he got up in his face after the Seahawks shocked New England way back in 2012 with the great Sidney Rice catch. But also, Tom Brady and him had their history of back and forth, kind of like "you mad, bro" kind of stuff. It's going to be interesting to see as well. They were top 5 at one point in their career. Josh Gordon, if he's healthy and he's in the right headspace, he's going to be a very good asset for the Kansas City Chiefs. And Richard Sherman could honestly still be a number 1 corner, depending on where he is. Richard Sherman was talking with, I believe, the Panthers, the Seahawks, and the 49ers before coming to agreement with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm not sure if you're in the same space here, but I'm surprised how fast Josh Gordon was able to be signed. He was reinstated and all of a sudden was signed like immediately after.
He was probably able to talk to people and figure out what teams were kicking the tires on him, kind of deal. And I feel like I don't know what teams were actually in conversation, if it was just Kansas City or what. I mean, if you're offered to go play with the Chiefs, I mean, why not? There's not really a clear-cut number 2. You got Tyreek and who? I mean, I'm not putting Kelce in the conversation because he's not a receiver, but I'm talking receiver-wise, who's there? Nicole Hardman? He's okay. Like, he's not like, oh my God, I got to go trade the house, go get Nicole Hardman. He's going to like be our number 2 receiver. Like, he's not that good. He's hit and miss. You can get a possible number 1 guy like Josh Gordon was in the past. I wasn't in love with what he did in Seattle. We'll see what happens here now. But why not? Well, I mean, geez, go play with Kansas City. You're not going to get triple teamed. You got Tyreek Hill and you got Travis Kelce. So why not? We'll see what happens.
Let's go into our overreacting of week 3. What do you want to overreact about this week? Or do you want me to go first? I mean,
you got one of the top. Like, I don't really know what to overreact to. I guess people jumping off the Steelers ship right now, I guess, would be overreacting. Again, they do look awful. But I mean, it makes a huge difference when you don't have your 2 top pass rushers. That kind of says a lot. It's like, oh my God, you're out TJ Watt. This is what you get. You paid him too much. Okay, they were out without Alex Highsmith also, who's been a really up and coming pass rusher. So when you miss those 2 guys, I think it's very easy to jump ship on Pittsburgh. I'm not there yet. I was really high on this expectations for them, but I can't overreact to the Steelers. They got a tough few games coming up down the stretch here before their bye, so we'll see if they can bounce back. But I'm overreacting to the Steelers with everyone jumping ship. I mean, for starters, Stephen A. is not a Steelers fan, folks. The guy's not a Steelers fan. I don't care if he says he is, names all these former greats and all this, like how he actually is a Steelers fan. He's got the knowledge. Dude, this dude talks so much crap, and then like when they're doing, the Steelers, I told you guys. No, I'm tired of Stephen A. Like, I don't take him as a Steelers fan. I'm not like, yeah, Stephen A. fan club right here, Steeler Nation, let's go. Like, absolutely not, dude. I'm not in on this guy whatsoever. Steelers is my overreaction here this week. I really don't know other way to go here, to be honest with you. Seattle could be another one. Is Seattle actually this good? We kind of talked earlier in the offseason when we were doing our recaps, like, is Seattle actually going to be good or not? Here they are 1-2. And again, I cannot ever bet on Seattle. I just can't do it because it has cost me money again. Like, every time it's like, oh my God, everything else hit. Just need Seattle to win. Like, it wasn't even like on the spread. It's like, win by a field goal. Like, I'm good. Next minute, they like disappeared in the second half. Like, they just didn't want to play football. So we might be right on Seattle. Like, I thought they were good. We might be like correct. They're not good.
Can we just realize that the Kansas City Chiefs were honestly just a botched punt away for being 0-3? Like, the Browns could have won against the Chiefs week 1. They could be an 0-3 team right now. They look just abysmal. I mean, not in like a bad way abysmal, but it's like they kind of just look a little bit clueless. Like, no look pass, like Patrick Mahomes just kind of like throwing it into coverage. Like, the no look pass is cool, but like, you gotta look at where you're tossing the ball. Like, come on, man.
It's
Like,
finally
they're last place. I would have never guessed right now they'd be last place in the West. I would have never guessed it. Could have argued like, oh, hey, they could not be first. Okay, yeah, like I could be like, okay, yeah, whatever. Like it's 3 weeks in, but last place, come on, man. And also, can we talk about the refs too in Detroit again? No flag throwing, and then Justin Tucker's just like, oh, he's just walking out. I'm just like, I saw Justin Tucker walk out. I'm like, this the owner of Detroit right here. He's just gonna kick the field goal and win it.
Dude, I don't know what you're expecting with the officials. I saw it live. I'm like, I saw the way they were rushing, like getting to the line and all. I'm like, oh, there's no way they're getting this off. I'm like looking around. I'm like, God, do they have a timeout? I'm like, oh, they don't. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be it. They're gonna lose. It's gonna be a delay game. They don't even have a shot to give Tucker a chance here. Like he's great, and I had a weird feeling he was gonna hit from 66. I get a 66. Like, oh my God, it's 66. He's in a dome. I don't care. I had a weird feeling he was going to hit it because it's Justin Tucker. He's the best kicker of all time. Sorry, Adam Vinatieri, but this guy's going to take it over eventually. But my goodness gracious. How do you miss it? It was clear. It was like 3 seconds on 0. Like, it wasn't like, all right, 1 Mississippi. Oh, they got the snap. Oh, cool. No, it was there for a hot minute. I'm like, delay game. Next one, snap out of bounds. I'm like, what? How do you miss that? Like, oh my God! I get like you got to watch. Like, all right, it's on 0. Look up, ball snap. See ya, whistle blown. Like it's that. That's it.
Oh, there's refs where it's like not even it hit 0. The flag's already out. Like the Ravens got bailed out again. The Ravens continuously just get bailed out.
The Ravens again are like could be 0-3 as well. And here we are. They're 2-1, and Detroit almost beat them. And to be fair, overreaction. We thought the Lions were going to be a pushover. Dan Campbell's out here taking kneecaps. They're playing so tough. Like, they're not an easy out. Like, for real, like, I'm going to Steelers, Lions. The way the Steelers look back, petrified they're going to lose to the Lions in Pittsburgh. But hey, overreaction to the Lions being this bad. We said the Lions were going to be, like, bottom, like.
They're going to be last in the NFC. Like, we both agreed on that.
I don't know. The Giants are making a nice, wonderful run for their money.
Well, I mean, look at this. Look at this. The 2 teams we thought they were going to be bad, the Texans and the Lions. And look at them. They're probably the best of the 0-3 teams. They are the best. And that's not even something to be proud of, to be the best of a defeated team.
Yeah. They're not 0-3. Houston's not. Beat Jacksonville week 1.
Oh, yeah. They're 1-2. Oh, well.
Close enough, though. But, yeah.
Super Bowl to come to Houston.
We were really wrong about this one, huh? We were really Lions in like Houston were like, dang, these guys are gonna be Houston without Tyrod Taylor, or Tyrod, as you like to call him, is like.
Well, I call him Tyrod because that's what he says his name is. His name is Tyrod.
He's a weird cat. I'm really happy he got the chance to start, but then it's like every time he gets a chance, like, sorry, and it was like something happens. His body's like, sorry, dude, not happening. Like, you're a professional backup. That's what you are. You can't touch the field. If you were a starter, like, all of a sudden, like, you feel great during the week. It's like, awesome, dude. And it's like, all of a sudden, playoffs or starting comes around. Hammy's like, not today, dude. Arm's like, not today. So, I don't know. But yeah, overreaction. Those teams are, like, definitely, like, it's kind of crazy. We really thought, that, like, those teams were going to be dumpster fires, and they're, like, Detroit is, like, They hung in the first half against Green Bay. They came storming back against the 49ers, and they should have beaten the Ravens if it was just for normal fishing. I'm not even asking for, it's a questionable PI call. No. It's like in front of your eyeballs, clearly delay a game and you don't call it. It's like it's very confusing. The normal stuff that should be called, don't call it. The roughing the passers are also abysmal. Like, oh my God, the officiating is really annoying. I really, truthfully hate it. How's Devontae Adams no flag in there? And we're on Adams. We're staying here. How does he get tossed right back in the game? The dude was out of play. He was like knocked out on the field. Well, my man sings stars. I was out of breath. My rear end, dude, you got lit up in the head. Like, if you got hit in the chest, I would totally believe you. It was his head and neck. What? He was seeing stars. His eyes were like the back of his head. That wasn't tough breathing. The dude was out. How did they put him in the game? Like, we all thought this, like, the CTE thing, the concussion people on the sidelines were going to be like, on this, I'm not throwing guys back in the game unless, like, I, like, feel confident they're okay. He was in there, like, in and out of the blue, Ted. He was in and out. He was in there like 2 seconds. It's like Green Bay paid him, dude. We cannot lose this game here. And it's like what? Well, I don't understand. I don't know what your thoughts. Did you see that? Like how fast Adams was back on the field?
I mean, I saw the hit. I was like, oh, that's a gnarly hit. But I understand in a sense. I mean, the defenders were playing the ball, but the guy that comes in the second time is just like, it was an uncalled for hit. The one guy that he was wrapped up with, I don't know what his name is, but he was wrapped up with the guy. Like, I understand that. But the one guy just comes in and just, I think may have been Jimmy Ward that just came in and just kind of took him out. But can we also talk about this, how the Dolphins just blow a 14-point lead? They threw a wide receiver screen. That was essentially the end of their game in the second quarter. No, they threw a regular screen in the end zone, get a safety, and then all of a sudden the Raiders start storming back.
I mean, it's like someone like posted on Twitter. It was like one of those football pages. Is this the worst play you've ever seen? And it's like, I understand that, like the idea of it, because like who's expecting a screen there, like or like a will throw to him. But my God, why is he so far back? Like have him up at the line at least where he can like fall forward. He was like 4 yards deep in the end zone. It's like I get the play because like he's fast. Like he can, if he breaks one, like he could be gone like 99 yards to the house. But like yikes! Like they weren't playing up on him. They were playing off. It looked like I didn't watch the replay. I just watched the live. I'm like, wow, the Dolphins actually just did this, huh? That's interesting. But that's what happens, man. This happens to your bad team. And I thought the Dolphins were going to be good. We were kind of wrong on them, too. They don't look that good. I get they're without Tua, but man, see, we have a bazillion topics. I can see her and go on a rant on Tua. Like, I don't think he's that good. Tua coming out of Alabama, I'm like, dude, we always have this thing on Alabama quarterbacks, like, they never pan out. I thought Tua was going to be really good. The dude dude could get it down the field. Again, it's very easy when you have those top receivers. I get it. But you're going to sit here and tell me he doesn't have good receivers right now? Waddle, Parker, Fuller, what? And Gesicki? You're going to tell me he doesn't have good weapons? He does. He has plenty of weapons. He cannot throw. I get he didn't play this weekend. I'm just talking in general, how they're bad. And Tua hasn't looked good. Herbert's out here lighting the world on fire. Dude, that dude looks great. Hats off to Michael Yam. I had him on, and we were talking about him on the Personal Foul podcast. You can go check that show. That's an older show. Around draft time. But my goodness, he called it. He literally said he reminds him of Aaron Rodgers. And my goodness, he's playing really good football. Like, he's literally outdoing Mahomes. It's kind of crazy. But, we're going to have to go down the road here and talk Tua towards, in a few shows down. So I can see her go on a rant. Like, the Dolphins have, like, a win-now defense, and Tua's just not good. Like, he really is not built for the guy.
The line sucks. I mean, they could have drafted Sewell, but apparently it was like, oh, we have to get him a target to see if he's actually the guy, and he's just letting the Dolphins down.
The line's, like, it's bad, but it's not, like, Steelers bad or Chicago bad. Like, there's plenty of worse offensive lines than the Dolphins, and they've invested first-round picks into the line. So, my goodness. See,
I have one more thing about overreacting. Matt Nagy, this is for you, okay? You go out and you draft Justin Fields, okay? Probably the second highest quarterback on some people's boards, maybe third. It depends who you're talking to, okay? That's not the debate here. The fact is you draft him over 150 days ago and you have zero game plan for him against Cleveland. Zero. You've gained 1 yard on offense. After all the sacks, you got this man sacked 9 times, and I believe he was hit 20 total times against Cleveland. I understand Cleveland has a very good defense, but you're telling me in the past 150 days, you didn't ever decide to sit down in your damn desk and be like, hey, let's game plan this fucking playbook. Pardon my French, but goddamn, you are an idiot, Matt Nagy. I hope you get fired. I hope you're the first coach to get fired. And now you were like, oh, hey, he looked bad. Let's get Nick Foles into the quarterback situation. Let's get Andy Dalton's apparently healthy to play this week. Come on.
I mean,
you trade up a first-round pick, okay? You know you're not going to be there next. You know you're not going to be the coach there next year. You know Ryan Pace is not going to be the GM there next year. It's going to be a clean house. I think that's already going to be situated. This could be a clear house. They're not going to be there next year. They just look terrible. And you trade away, future for next year to maybe protect Justin Fields or whoever you want to proclaim as the starter in Chicago. And you don't even have a game plan for him. He looks so terrible. And his return to Ohio in 200 something days since he last played, 300 something days since he last played in Ohio at Ohio State University, and he looks like a terrible quarterback. What the hell, man? Like, come on.
To be fair, I think this is why they didn't start him week 1. I think they know their offensive line's abysmal. He's going to get killed, and he did get killed. And the problem is, if you know you're playing Cleveland's front and your line sucks, that's not his first game he's playing. Like, I don't care. Like, it's like, cool, let's see Justin Fields. And I know the fans really want to see him. I get it. It's your top pick. I'd want to see him too. But my gosh. You put Foles back there. What Foles get lit up? Don't put Justin Fields out there. That's a
They're
game.
Paying Foles like $10 million just to be an inactive quarterback. Like, come on.
That's not what you put your rookie quarterback into. Like, hey, this is your first professional game, like your first start. Welcome to the NFL, and you get him absolutely blasted like that. Now he might have PTSD when he goes back there again. Like, holy crap, gonna get hit. Can't go through my reads or anything. I'm gonna literally. First read, it's not there. Run for my life and try to make a play. That's not how you do your quarterbacking. And I think this is why he didn't start him week 1. Clearly Andy Dalton's not their future quarterback. And this is why they did what they did. I think this is why he's not starting. So I think Matt Nagy should have not have played him against Cleveland. So there's that. I've liked Matt Nagy, but after seeing stuff like this happen, I don't love him anymore. I thought he was a really good offensive minded coach. And he just had nothing there really to work with. The quarterback play was awful with Trubisky. But my God, after this,
Mitch deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He brought that team to the playoffs. He brought Matt Nagy's offense to the playoffs.
Stop it. Matt Nagy's actually a good offensive mind. I just think he was not expecting to start just
even David Montgomery.
Yes,
Montgomery looks abysmal as well.
Oh gosh, don't put that on me, Ricky.
Let's go into buy, selling, and holding. Where, stonks go all over the place here. You could buy, you could sell, you can hold. Colton, what do you want to buy into this week?
Dude, I have to buy the Raiders and the Broncos. I really have to. I said, let's see what these guys do. Again, the Broncos, they just played the Jets, right?
Yeah.
So, again, and they played the Giants, and I forget who they played in between that.
The Jaguars.
Yeah.
They're 0-9.
Those are 3 bad teams, but they do look really good though. You play what you play. Everyone with the Steelers last year, the Steelers you play who you play. So the Steelers had an easier schedule last season. Broncos seem to have an easier schedule off the rip. So I'm really leaning more towards the Raiders. I'm buying because Dolphins, Steelers, Ravens. Okay, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good start there. So I got to buy those guys. See what happens. And I got to throw Carolina in there as well. I mean, seriously, they got to get some respect on the Darnold.
Sammy D.
So we'll see if he can do it once he starts playing those. But you got the Bucs this weekend, correct?
He has the Dallas this weekend.
Dallas, dude, Dallas' defense.
That's
another buy. I got to buy Dallas' defense. We thought they were going to be bad. Dude, Quandre Diggs looks amazing. I don't know if it's that he knows Devonta Smith because he played together at Alabama and knows his – dude, he looked amazing. He looks like a lockdown corner. It's kind of nuts. It's kind of crazy. I picked up Dallas' defense in fantasy in a lot of leagues. I'm actually buying Dallas' defense. And the fact that they got Philly, Washington, the Giants. You cannot not play Dallas' defense. And they didn't look bad against Tampa. I get Tampa turn the ball over a lot. But my goodness gracious. I can buy a lot. Well, I seriously can. I don't know if I stole any of your thunder there, but my goodness, there's so much good that you didn't think to start the season. See, that's what's great about football, even though my team looks a train wreck right now.
Buying player-wise, I'm going to buy Cooper Kupp. I think he's going to have a Randy Moss-esque season. I think he could break Randy Moss's record, single season touchdown record. I believe he set it at 22. I believe that's how much he has. And Cooper Kupp is just playing lights-out football. 30 plus fantasy points each game. I feel like that's an automatic buy. And also, I'm going to buy the Vikings. The Vikings are just a kicker away from actually being a semi-decent team and kind of shutting down that Seattle offense in the second half last week. Hey, I'm going to be buying a lot more of the Vikings. That team could be a 3-0 team if we really talk about it. And Kirk Cousins, he's balling. He hasn't thrown a pick yet. I believe he has 8 touchdowns, 900 yards passing. And also playing last week without Dalvin Cook, the second best running back in the league. Alexander Madison, I talked about it so much. Madison has 3 good fantasy games a year. Obviously, the first one's already gone, but if you pick them up, you're forced to sit on them because you don't know what's going to happen this week. because, well, you don't know what's going to happen with Dalvin because Dalvin misses about 3 games every year. So
if you have if you're in a deep league and you like somehow got him, like even a 10-team league, like honestly, you have a player or two on your bench, depending on how good you drafted. That's like, yeah, I can just like leave him there. Like one day I drafted, I'm in a split league with someone. We handicapped McCaffrey and Hubbard. It stinks. I don't want to hold on to Hubbard all season, but this is why. Like this is why if you're a Dalvin Cook owner, you have to draft Madison. Like it's like, oh my gosh, Dalvin Cook's out. You're gonna literally get the same, if not a little bit less, of what Dalvin Cook does. Like it's literally the same exact production. So you have to grab those guys.
I want to say Madison's more of like a better receiving back, if I want to say, rather than Dalvin.
Yeah, they're both good.
Yeah, they're both great running backs. It's a good 1-2 combo, but I know Dalvin's just the workhorse, and they're not going to rely so much on Madison. But let's hold. Let's go to sell. Who are you selling off of? What are you just sailing ship on?
Giants. I have to. Sorry, Josh. And a lot of my family members.
You want to hear something about Josh? He told me Justin Tucker's kick is not impressive. He's seen better kicks.
Are you surprised who you're talking to? This is the guy that like wanted Dak to do great. Like he's a fake Giants fan. Like I want Dak to be healthy. Like if you just say that, you're a good person. I don't need Dak to go out and like be great. Like he's back on the field. He's healthy. He's walking. Like all this. Like great. He was like rooting for Dallas week 1. What? Like, I love
that's a discussion for Sunday.
Like, my goodness gracious, yeah, that's bad. That was historic. Like, he's the greatest kicker ever, Justin Tucker. Like, and again, Vinatieri was great. Like Super Bowl winner, like all of that. Justin Tucker is the best kicker ever. Like, this guy is amazing. He doesn't miss. Like, he doesn't miss. But no, I have to sell on the Giants. Like I seriously thought going into this season, if you listen to our NFC East episode, I thought the Giants had the potential with Washington and the Giants to win this division. Yeah, that whole episode, just delete it, blow torch it away. Like that was awful all over the place because Philly looks solid. I mean, they looked awful against Dallas, and I said Dallas wasn't going to be. Yeah, I was wrong and drunk. Sorry, Dapo. I was really wrong on your Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. I got to sell the Giants. They're awful, man. Oh, my goodness. You literally going to put up 14 points against the Falcons. They literally got put 80 on the first 2 games. 80 points total. And you put up 14. Again, they did lose Slayton and Shepard in the game. You drafted Darius Toney for what reason? What reason? And
he's Houdini. You don't know where he is.
Goodness gracious. Good job by the Giants. Seriously, like I thought Dave Gettleman was okay. He's awful. That's another guy. See you later in the offseason. Like I won't miss you. Don't let the door hit you in the rear end. He's been awful for the Giants. My goodness gracious. Good job in the draft room. They haven't like re-signed the first round draft pick, and I heard it say on the fan, Tiki Barber was on, they were talking about it. My goodness. You can't re-sign your first round draft picks. Why? Because you're bad? Oh, shocker. Wow, good job, New York. My goodness gracious. Well, what in gosh darn heck are you selling? Because
the other New Jersey team, the stupid Jets, they just put me.
Yeah, but to be fair, though, the Jets didn't have expectations. Well, the Jets we were hoping.
I was expecting at least a win. At least a win.
It's week 3. Easy. If you got to like week 12 or 13, again, it's like hard enough to sell the Jets early. Like week 12 or 13, if they have like 1 win or no wins, then you can sell in the Jets. It's been an absolute abysmal season. I was expecting like 4 or 5 wins from the Jets, but my goodness, you can't sell the Jets. They weren't supposed to be good. The Giants, at least with their free agent moves they made, the Giants had some expectations to be competitive in the East. They're not. It's like the Jets, see, like you're being a little too hard on your team. I think you're Will.
Well, no. You drafted a guy in the 2nd round last year. His name is Denzel Mims out of Baylor. You may have heard of him, and he's just been.
May have heard of him.
Yeah, plays 2 snaps. He was proclaimed the starter week 1. Plays 2 snaps in the 4th quarter, and that's about it. Healthy scratch. He can't grasp the playbook. Lock him in a goddamn room and have him learn the playbook, okay? Listen, the Jets receiver Jeff Smith gets into a car crash today. Elijah Moore is in concussion protocol. You need a receiver. Mims is a very good guy, and they're fielding calls on him, but they don't want to get rid of him. So I don't even know what the hell they want to do with him.
Yeah,
I'm so confused.
Jets and Jags are really interesting. I know you posted out the trade like you usually do. You're always on it. CJ Henderson.
For a bag of chips.
That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my gosh, I was so pissed. Like, I love the Steelers. Like, they don't draft corners. Well, Cam Sutton looks like a corner that they drafted that has the potential to be really, like, I wouldn't say special, but, like, has the potential to be, like, there for a while. Like, they gave him an extension. My goodness. What is Urban Meyer doing? What? Oh, great. You didn't draft him? He was a first-round pick, and he actually had some plays last year where you're like, okay, like, it looks good. You trade him for nothing. You trade him for Dan Arnold, who's not even, like, a top 15 tight end and a third-round pick for a first-round draft pick. When you have time to see what he is, you have protection over him. You have a fifth year if you want to use it down the line. My God, bad teams stay bad. Like, seriously. I was expecting a lot of Denzel Mims this year, and he is not anywhere to be found. What is wrong with team? I don't care if you didn't draft him. He's good. Watch the tape last year. Mims looked good. Henderson looked good. And these teams are trading them away. What is wrong with you? Like, that's the last thing I'd be trading away. Seriously. I don't understand these teams. I don't understand. Like, oh my goodness. You could literally go on a rant. Like, we could literally do a show a day on whatever topic we want. Because that's how, like, weird some of these teams are in the NFL. And that's what you can literally make topics all day long. That's why I love talking sports, Will. And this is literally why I want to get in a career of it. Because, my goodness, you can literally talk whatever you want any single day. Like, seriously. I can fly to Miami and sit here and talk Tua for you all day. Fly to freaking New York. I'm kind of by it. And talk Jets, what they're doing. Fly me down to Jacksonville. I'll talk what a disaster the Jags are and what Urban Meyer's doing to the franchise. It's Urban Meyer's like, what's his name? What he did with the Texans. I'm forgetting his name. He was that bad.
Oh, Bill O'Brien. The greatest coach of all time.
Billy B, baby. Urban Meyer's pulling a Billy B here. Why do you trade Henderson? It literally makes no sense. Will
they trade up for Henderson too?
He was just there. He was just there.
I felt like
he was the first corner taken in the draft. I think he was the first or second.
He was definitely one of the first two.
Yeah, he was definitely one of the first two. I think he was the first one taken. I'm like,
and now the Panthers are
another Jalen Ramsey. I'm like, well, they have another quarterback for the future that they're going to lose down the line. And ironically, it was faster than expected. Who would have thought? What are you holding? Because I just talked like a bazillion times.
What am I holding? I want to hold on to the Chiefs. I mean, this isn't like a self-destruct button. Like, okay, we need to like the Army, we need the Navy, we need like everything to like back up on it. But just kind of focusing on all that, like reorganizing, like stuff like that. Like, I don't want to blow up the Chiefs, but it's like you're 1-2. You got a $500 million quarterback. This is something you're gonna need to watch out for. And like, this is something like red alert. Like, beware. That's what I'm thinking of for the.
I can't say I disagree, but I can't hold the Chiefs because they're gonna be good still. Like, it's Kansas City. I'm not really too concerned. Like, they're the Chiefs. Like, unless they go like 1-5 or something like really like, oh, yikes. Then I'll like get out of it. Like, they lost a close game to the Chargers. The Chargers are really good. Like, that was your rookie of the year coach. I think he might get it. They literally might be a playoff team. I can't sell them or hold them because like they're too good. I can't hold them yet. If they get in like a 1-5, like if they lose next week, I don't know who they play. I don't know what Kansas City plays, but like if they
Eagles, that's the guarantee.
Oh, that's right. See, like if they lose to the Eagles, I will hold them then. I'm holding the Steelers. I talked about it earlier. Overreaction, people jumping off ship. I've said some crazy stuff on the Steelers. I'm blowing up the Steeler Nation group chat because Aaron Rodgers talked yesterday very, very highly on the Pat McAfee show about Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin and T.J. Watt and what they have as a Steelers organization, the city of Pittsburgh, the fan base. I said it earlier in the show, in our shows. I have a weird suspicion Aaron Rodgers is a Steeler if he leaves Green Bay. And I think that happens this offseason if he's that upset with Green Bay, which I think he is. Man, talking a lot offseason early, which I don't want to do because the Steelers aren't that bad, so I'm holding the Steelers. We'll see what happens. They got a tough game this weekend against the Packers, speaking of. And we'll see. Golly. See, I'm putting a number on it. I put a number on it, 38% chance Aaron Rodgers comes to Pittsburgh. I have a weird feeling, Will. Really do. But no, that's what I'm holding is Pittsburgh. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks. They have a tough stretch going down to their bye.
Well, let's look at the best players in games. What comes to mind for best players of games? I'm gonna say this because Cooper Kupp again. No one could stop Cooper Kupp. No one could stop him. I'm just saying, this man's gonna just be killing the league. I think he's on pace for 2,000 yards. I mean, that breaks Calvin Johnson's record. I believe like 1,970 yards. I believe that's how much he was on for his pace. But that's my best player of the week. I mean, also Justin Herbert and Madison. Okay, those three won me my fantasy league this week. Also Tom Brady. I mean, he had another 30-point fantasy day. I just want to congratulate my fantasy team because listen, I was down near 80 points going into the 4:00 hour, and they score 100 points. I come back and I win. So like I'm pretty happy. And also my bust pick of Sterling Shepard being a must start this week and only 3 points.
Well, he got hurt. If he didn't get hurt, I think he would have done better. He's actually been really good this season. My best player, I mean, it's fairly obvious here. Myles Garrett. That was kind of gross. I don't. Best player week 1 was Chandler Jones for me, and why not? Here go another defensive player week 3. I got to ride with Myles Garrett as much as I hate his helmet throwing, assaulting self. That was disgusting. So, I mean, seriously, I kind of have to go Myles Garrett. Best game. Raiders-Dolphins was really interesting there. Jacoby, I want me some brisket. Got it done there. Mike Gesicki finally showed up, got me some points. I was kind of happy about that because he's been a no-show with Tua. So, I was kind of happy. But that was a really good game. And, Myles Garrett and Dolphins, Raiders.
I mean, one game I want to talk about, too. I got to do the Jaguars-Cardinals game this weekend for the NFL. And then, listen, between Gus Johnson going berserk and then DJ Chark just flailing his arms as a red zone dance to what could have been an NFL record 68 yards, which came up just a yard short, to the longest return in NFL history, tied with Cromartie and Patterson, Jamal Agnew. That game was pretty good, okay? I mean, the scoreboard, 11 points off, but Jaguars played some of their best football this year, and that was definitely against that team. And that was going to be a very questionable game for the Cardinals if they couldn't get it done. But they ended up pulling through and ultimately getting it done. But also a preview of the NFC title game, Rams-Bucks. Although Fox tried to screw out the red zone fans by moving the scoreboard down a little bit so they couldn't see the time and all that, it was still a phenomenal game by Brady and Stafford. Also, Deshaun Jackson coming out at 78 years old, getting his 80-yard touchdown of the year and just kind of walking out on his own terms.
Yeah, I was going to mention that as well. That game was really impressive. Stafford. I kind of overreacted Stafford. I kind of doubled down on it. I did pick the Rams to represent the NFC, and I think did I have them winning? I forget. But I'm really high on them. I was high early after the trade. Then I doubled back on it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe he's not as good because like now he has expectations just like Cleveland. But man, yeah. He's been really gross. So good for Stafford. I'm happy for him. It's about damn time he has some meaningful football and he's shown out. But we did see this before when the Bucs losing a game. I was like, oh God, they lost to the team that should be in the Super Bowl or could be there, and they beat them later on. So I have a weird feeling it happens again. Bucs beat them when it matters, but still matter for the Rams. That's a really big win for them and a really big boost for Stafford. So good for him.
Let's go into the predicting portion of the show. Last week, Colton and I went 12-4. Our best record this year, Colton, I believe, goes up to 30 wins on the year, while I am at a measly 28 total. Let's get into the predictions here, Colton. So let's go. Thursday Night Football. I'm going to fill you in on a sweep here. I'm going to give you Cincinnati because I feel very generous. I don't think you'll be going the other way on that. Let's see. Titans at Jets. Who do you have here?
Yeah, you didn't have to ask me on this one either there, pal.
Do I have to ask you for the next one too?
King Henry has to go off here. But to be fair, I did call the Bengals going 3-1. I did say it. I had them as the upset pick over the Steelers, and surprise, surprise, that happened. And here we are. Cincinnati's going to be 3-1. I'm really upset about it because they shouldn't be 3-1, but here we are. But no, yeah, you can give me another sweep for Chiefs over the Eagles as well, sir. But I'm clearly you're not picking the Jets. I'm assuming, right?
I am done with the Jets until something incredibly just happens to them. I don't even know what incredible thing can
Until
happen.
Zach Wilson has like a game where he looks like
Jets. When the Jets prove me wrong, I'll pick the Jets again. Okay, and at this point, I'm 2-0, and them myself proving.
You can literally give me a scoop for the next one either. You haven't picked Chiefs either, but like
yeah, I mean, I already filled you in on here for the Chiefs because like I don't think they lose. I don't see it.
Nah, it's a must win.
I think this is Andy Reid's return, his first return.
I feel like maybe.
I think this is his first game back.
At the Link.
Yeah, I think this is his first game at the Link. I mean, he's played the Eagles before, but I think this is his first game at the Link. So he's obviously going to get some salute or something. But let's see. Probably one of the best of the 1 o'clock hours. Panthers at Dallas.
You can give me an easy one here. I think Dallas wins.
I'm going to go opposite of you, and I'm going to go Carolina.
That's
the Sam Darnold train.
That's your inner Jet coming out, Will. If you just look at the what's going on with Dallas, dude, there's no way. Like, I get the Panthers' defense looks really good. Dallas' defense looks amazing. And with no McCaffrey, I don't know what I'm expecting from that offense. Because Robbie Anderson's been a no-show since that week 1 big salute to the Jets. He's really done nothing for Carolina. It's been the DJ Moore show. Yeah, I got to ride Dallas, dude. Dallas looks incredible. I think Dallas can compete with the Rams in the Bucs. Like, I didn't think they would have like a shot. Dude, Dallas looks really good. And I think I'd be talking this highly of Dallas. And I don't like Dallas. Here I am talking highly on Dallas. So I don't want to ever hear, you're biased. Yeah. Dude, I don't like Dallas whatsoever. I think the fan base is like annoying as crap. I love the memes of like the fans, like a typical Dallas fan. And then you see a picture of someone dressed the exact same as the meme. It's kind of hilarious. Dude, Dallas looks incredible.
But no, I think Sam Darnold gets it done. I mean, Christian McCaffrey is a big part of the offense, but I think Sam Darnold kind of shows like, hey, the Jets screwed up. I should be on the Jets, but I'm in a much better place than I would be in New York. So I'll take Carolina easily. The Giants at New Orleans.
You just said easily. Will. Oh, see, this is why I have a better record than you, Will. Don't say easily.
Listen, it's only 2, okay? It's not like the 18 that you had at one point.
Well,
okay?
you can add one more to my list. There's 3.
Listen, you said that one time. I picked Washington. You go against the Steelers, and you go, you could just give me the automatic win now, and then look what happened.
I did get the automatic
win. Alex Smith show.
Well, easy. That was a Steelers meltdown show. It wasn't Alex Smith going off. It was just Steelers having a meltdown. But yeah, you're giving me the Saints here. I cannot touch the Giants anymore. I'm like, just like you with the Jets, I'm not touching the Giants. I'm over it.
I picked the Giants once, and I think that's all I want to pick from this year. Listen, they could prove me wrong. I mean, whenever I pick the Giants, they always prove me wrong. But I'll go New Orleans. Can we talk about Jameis Winston? 2-1 on the year. I mean, he goes up to New England, beats New England, and then obviously the Packers. I believe this game is in New Orleans too. So this is the first game of the year in New Orleans. So this is a very big homecoming. So that place is definitely going to be loud.
The Giants walking into a cluster fudge. He had no way in heck they're winning. I'm taking the Saints, whatever the spread may be. Daniel Jones throws his first pick. It's a big meltdown there. I don't know what the number is. I'm jumping all over it for the Saints. I don't care.
Let's see. This is a pretty difficult one too. The Browns at the Vikings.
Dude, I have to go Cleveland. I just think they're really good. I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see the Browns lose, but I just go the opposite of me, and I'll be gladly to let you win that one. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm taking Cleveland here. Okay, I want to take Cleveland. Okay, as much as the Vikings have come out and surprised me and a lot of other people, Kirk Cousins playing his best football. I think he's going to play his best defense of the year against Cleveland. So that's something I want to look at and just kind of, you know what? The defense has to go defend Hunt, who had an amazing receiving game. And you also got to defend Chubb, okay? I mean, Odell's Odell, but Odell hasn't really been that notable in Cleveland. Let's see. But yeah, I'm taking Cleveland. Let's see. The greatest 1 o'clock game, I forgot this exists. Detroit at Chicago.
Yeah, I'm going to take the kneecappers on this one. Easy money.
I'm gonna take the body bag DeAndre Swift gang and go in there.
Swift Killers.
The Swift Killers. Let's see. Houston at Buffalo. I'm gonna fill you in here
Yep, you can fill me in.
because Buffalo's on a roll right now. Let's see. The Colts at Miami. This is an intriguing one to say the least.
I gotta take the Colts. Miami did look not like kind of okay in that game. I gotta take the Colts. Dude. That's a sell. The Colts 0-3? Who would have thought? Not me, man. They look awful. Injuries up front. Wentz, oh my goodness, not playing. In moments where it's like, dude, play hurt. Let's go. Get on the field. I'm taking the Colts here.
I'm gonna match you with the Colts because I don't think the Colts go 0-4. I just don't see it happening.
They do. Wow, what a disaster trading Carson Wentz. Huh? Wow. Whew.
Let's see. Washington at Atlanta.
This is another like stupid game that no one cares about. I'm gonna take Washington here. I think they get a win that they need. I don't think Atlanta's that good. The Giants kind of proved they're not that good and still lost anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna take Washington.
I will match you with Washington. Let's go into these 4 o'clock hours here as we have a pretty historic game. Seattle at San Fran. I'll fill you in because, well.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go the home team here. This one like hurts my head. Tyler Lockett needs a bounce back game. Thankfully avoided serious injury in that game. They had like a whole big circle around the field for him, players. I'm going to go San Fran here.
I'm going to match you with San Fran. I mean, came back, what? San Fran came back, what, 17 down? That was pretty historic for them. The Battle of the 3-0s at Arizona at the LA Rams.
Yeah, I got to take the Rams here. Yeah, last week. Ah, God. This is like a trap game now. It's like, oh, it's not because they're 3-0, the Cardinals. But like, when you usually see a team off like a huge win like that, the next week it's kind of like always questionable. I don't know why, but that's like always how it is. You would think, oh my gosh, they had a huge win. They're going to ride it out, and they never do. But I'm going to take the Rams. I'm just not going to talk. That's it. So I'm just going to the
Rams. Let's see. Your Steelers at Lambeau.
Whoa, where are you going? You didn't make your pick. See, you do this.
See, I'm going with the Rams. Okay, like listen, if Urban Meyer put 19 points on you, okay, yeah, that defense is not going to be existing after the Rams week.
I have to go Green Bay here. I do have a weird feeling the Steelers do win this. It looks like they're going to get T.J. Watt back, and it looks like Highsmith might be back as well. Deontay Johnson's practicing. Juju looks like he's going to be back. He got knocked out in that game. This is like a game I think the Steelers win, but I'm not going to be a homer. It's like, oh, you're picking the Steelers against the Packers. I have a weird feeling the Steelers win here. I can't sit here with the straight face. But yeah, I'm taking the Steelers, dude, but they're going to win. I got to take Green Bay, dude.
I'll match you with Green Bay as well. Because,
Shut up, Will. Shut up, Will. Don't do it.
I mean, why would I pick the Steelers? Okay, why would I pick them?
Why? I seriously have a weird feeling they win this game, dude. The Packers' offensive line's not that good, and you're getting T.J. Highsmith and Melvin Ingram, like the rotation that they had week one, where they just kicked Josh Allen's rear end. The line's worse for Green Bay. Like they don't have Bakhtiari. Like their line's literally worse. I think the Steelers could take care of what's going. And Josh Allen has more weapons than Rodgers does. Valdez-Scantling hurt his hamstring. Somehow Devontae Adams is like on the field still. Don't understand how he's not in concussion protocol, but there's that. I just have a weird feeling the Steelers win, dude. Like I'm gonna regret not taking the Steelers there, but it's all right. You didn't pick the Steelers, so it's fine by me, man.
Baltimore at Denver,
dude. Denver's first real test. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens. Justin Tucker hits a 67-yarder because he's in Denver now. He's got the air, so 67-yarder. Justin Tucker for the win.
Damn it, you matched me again. I took Baltimore as well. And maybe one of the greatest Sunday Night Football games this year. Tom Brady's return to New England after a devastating loss to the Rams last week. He returns to his alma mater against Bill Belichick, Double B.
Yeah,
I fill you in here for
this is another game I'm taking the spread on. He's gonna make the Patriots pay. Yeah, I'm taking the spread on. Like this is like I don't know what the number is. Like I'm literally gonna bet like probably right after this because like I've already like seen 2 games that I'm like I'm all in on. So, yeah, I'm jumping all over that. Monday night's gonna be great too. Will. What do you got though? What do you got Sunday? You said sweep here.
Yeah, I said sweep
Okay.
because I TB12 TB's gonna and TB12 is gonna be winning this game.
You're gonna need a
And also Tom Brady's only, I believe, like 89 yards off from breaking Drew Brees' record, so he get to do that in front of New England fans plus Drew Brees himself, and Tom Brady's quest to eventually start moving up the ranks to maybe 85,000 yards passing.
So, do you agree it's gonna be a blowout? Like, I think it's gonna be bad.
I don't think it will be a blowout.
No?
I think Brady decides to keep it close, and then Brady's just gonna go on one of those Brady drives where it's just a methodical, just go down the field fourth quarter. Just kind
of. I think Brady wants to blow him out the water. I think like, yeah, you think you're the new me, Mac Jones? Yeah, here you go, buddy. You can suck 1, suck 2, suck 3, suck 4 touchdowns. How about that? I think that's what happens this week. I think he blows him out the water. Like, I'm all over Tom Brady. Like, I'm seriously jumping to the betting. Like, right after this, like, I know you're not allowed to. Like, I can put the bet under like Frank Morsado or something for you if you wanted. I can put that. I can hit the bookie for you if you want.
Listen. Bet. Not being able to bet this year has saved me a lot of money, so I am a-okay with that. I am a-okay not betting. But Monday Night Football, Las Vegas at the LA Chargers.
Dude, I gotta take the Chargers. Like, I just think they're that good. Keep picking against the Raiders. That might not be my best thought, but like, I gotta take the Chargers, dude. Oh my, no. This is what I'm talking about. Big win against Kansas City. No. I'm going Raiders. Going Raiders. I'm not thinking twice about it. This is one of those like big win for the Chargers. Expecting to beat the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders here, dude. I know you're probably gonna take the Chargers. I'm gonna go Raiders here. And like, they're somehow gonna go to 4-0. And I'm like, oh, how about us now? Are you going to put us number 1 overall in the power rankings yet or what? Like, that's where I'm going with this one. Seriously, like Raiders.
Damn it. I had the Raiders too. I'm like, okay, cool. Finally, we didn't have the same one. And then, of course, there it is.
Let's go.
There it was. But, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that rounds out our show. Let's kind of get back into here. Colton, excellent show as usual.
Absolutely, dude. Right back at you, dude. Oh God. See, you can.
Do you want to do power? Do you want to do power rankings next week?
See,
a quarter of the way through. I mean, why not? Why not do the quarter way power rankings?
We can do that. Whatever you want to do, dude. I'm always down.
All right, live and official breaking news. We are doing power rankings next week. Let's see. There we go. Power rankings next week. It's official. Headlines done. There we go. So that's something to look forward to next week, as switching it all up. Let's see what Colton and I have for power rankings. We're gonna probably do a mean average with figuring out where we have everyone going through. So that is that. Thank you all for tuning in. You can follow our shows at the banner right down below. But if you're listening to us on Apple, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Podcast, whatever weird website you want to do, Amazon Music, follow us at the Play Action Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You can find us live every week, so you can watch our faces and how we just want to blow up every single week. And it's hysterical. It's hysterical. We give everyone the great value of, hey, these guys are honestly going berserk. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Tune in next week for the great power rankings of Colton and Will, which are bound to be probably the greatest power rankings to ever come out. So again, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.